YouTube, hello! Welcome back to another week of the DryWall's VGC series tour. We are back with another finals. This time it will be Sooner versus Average Memer 57. Memer is a two-time champion previously here in the tour. Let's see if they can reclaim the title once more and get a third win as we get into this game one of the finals. All right, we're going to get in here on game one. We got game one coming up here with Average Memer with Charizard, Tyranitar, Excadrill, Farigiraf, Sylveon, and Hydreigon against Sooner with Floette, Whimsicott, Harknine, Basculegion, Kingambit, and Dragonite. Let's see what they want to do here for this game one. Vanillix Admirer versus Sylveon Admirer. Let's see who will put their loves first and come out on top as it will be Whimsicott and Basculegion against Farigiraf and Sylveon.
It is interesting. One of these teams has dual weather. The other doesn't seem to have any weather. And
That's
in a metagame like this, that is honestly pretty shocking to see.
And it's not even the dual weather that you're used to. It's going to be sand and sun instead of rain. Sylveon just going to be protecting itself this turn as Flip Turn comes out from the Basculegion into Lady Gaga.
Trying to get into a better position at the moment, obviously.
Doing a little over quarter HP. Harknine.
Yep, Harknine comes in. That's a good choice considering that the offensive pressure on the other side is a fairy type.
Calling out the Protect from that Sylveon, just going to be doubling up the Farigiraf, taking it to a little under half, but that Citrus Berry just going to be bringing it right back over to where it was after the Flip Turn, just about.
Trick Room. Now that Farigiraf probably is in range of a double up KO, but that is a lot to commit, especially when you pretty much know that the Sylveon's attacking this turn.
Yeah, but what's the Sylveon really going to do? Like, Harknine's going to tank anything that these two Pokemon can do. Whimsicott might go down to a double up, but Harknine should be fine here.
But you obviously want to stall as much as humanly possible. Trick Room has 4 more turns coming in. And the last thing you want to do is have that Arcanine go down and get trapped with like a Dragonite or something on the field that isn't going to be able to stall any turns of Trick Room pretty much.
Indeed.
At least not in the face of like a Sylveon. Although we pretty much, I think it's pretty safe to say that we know Sooner's last Pokemon is Floette, which gives us the whole roadmap of all 4 Pokemon that they have.
You know, I said this would do no damage, but a Helping Hand Hyper Beam does get a big one-hit KO into the Harknine.
It just absolutely eviscerated it. That is absolutely worth the commitment of the Helping Hand and the extra turn to recharge after this, even in Trick Room. That is worth it because you just took out a major threat.
Erased from history. No one will remember it.
Can you imagine if that Hyper Beam had missed? That would have been a totally different story if that Hyper Beam had missed.
It is 90% accurate. It was very possible as Floette does indeed come out and hit the field. 3 turns of Trick Room remaining.
Sooner sending in its own fairy nuke to respond to the other fairy nuke that currently needs to recharge. However, that is almost certainly a death sentence for the Trick Room, seeing as there's only a few turns left and Sylveon, the main attacker in the Trick Room, has to recharge for one of them, which will also refresh their Protect next turn.
Could be seeing a double KO here potentially. Twin Beam gonna just be chipping down the Whimsicott to doing about, thanks to a critical hit, doing 2/3 of its health exactly.
Absolutely, that Whimsicott is in Hyper Voice range the next turn from the Sylveon, so that is something that needs to be protected, worst case scenario. But the Farigiraf goes down, and we're going to see who else comes in.
Moonblast, Dazzling Clean, double up. Will it be enough? Taking it down to 19% thanks to that boosted damage Stafari Aura gives. As Tyranitar hits the field.
Farigiraf going down is also a bigger deal than we might think because Last Respects is going to be Basculegion's weapon of choice in terms of cleaning up.
Cool.
And having a normal type to switch in is a big deal. Granted, they do have T-Tar as well, which is another great.
They have T-Tar and they have Hydreigon potentially waiting in the wings. So Last Respects maybe not being the play, but a Wave Crash definitely could be good into the Tyranitar. Sand as the Mega Tyranitar evolves will just be a Protect on the Whimsicott. No Protect from the Floette this turn, though. Nope, there it is. Right, because Prankster allows it to go first even with the Protects, ignoring the speed orders.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Hyper Voice coming out from the Sylveon.
Cheetar is not somebody you want to be clicking last respects into, so right now their main goal is to get rid of that Tyranitar. The Sylveon is secondary because the Basculegion can very easily clean it up. In fact, it'll probably succumb to its wounds via sand pretty soon.
4 turns that sand remaining, as I believe this is the last turn of Trick Room. Sylveon gonna be able to be encored now if it wants to be. Basculegion's just gonna be hitting the field instead.
Wow. Tailwind setting up for when that Trick Room runs out.
Yeah, not wanting to be slower than a potential Excadrill waiting in the back.
Big damage from the Hyper Voice. But Whimsicott got that Tailwind off last second before it went down.
Oh, Sylveon will go down to the sand here this turn. Basculegion goes down as well. It will be a Floette versus Tyranitar and whatever they have in the back.
In the Floette.
If this is Hydreigon, it's probably going to be sooner. But if it's Excadrill,
Jinx.
Floette comes back onto the field.
Excadrill, personally. It is Excadrill.
The Metal Bender itself.
Uh-oh.
3 turns of Tailwind.
When you bring it is usually going to be up front.
3 turns of Tailwind remaining as 3 turns of Sand also will be remaining. Dazzling Gleam coming out.
Gleam.
Not even enough to pick up the Gojira, the Tyranitar, actually doing more to the, thanks to the critical hit, actually doing more to the Excadrill than it did to the Tyranitar. Ironhead coming out instead.
Notably, Floette. Oh, I was going to say notably Floette's faster because of the Tailwind if it somehow lives this and dodges a Rock Slide.
But no, it's just going to be going down. Yeah, there was no waiting out the Tailwind either because the Sand also only had 3 turns left, so it would have ended at the same time. All right, here we go for game 2. Let's see if any adjustments are made from either of these players.
Strikingly different character poses and outfits.
It will be Whimsicott and Floette leading off this time against Lady Gaga the Farigiraf and 3000 Degrees the Charizard.
Definitely an adjustment bringing Charizard and leading it, and it seems like it was definitely for the better because a fire type staring down 2 fairy types, especially when one of them's weak to it.
Oh, we said that last time, but then Arcanine got deleted by a fairy type. So it was helping hand boosted.
Pretty safe for Charizard to just go full offense right now, considering what it's staring down.
Sooner does have a big Light of Ruin that they could be throwing out.
Yep, here comes Arcanine. Absolutely a fair swapping because that thing's going to take neutral damage from Solar Beam, but it's highly unlikely he clicked it. Most likely going to be taking quad resisted damage from this from the fire moves, and in fact actually benefits from having its fire moves powered up as well.
Helping hand coming out from the Farigiraf yet again into the Charizard. Moonblast though coming out into the Farigiraf, going to be going ahead and chipping it down.
Potential special attack drop on the field does not happen.
Heatwave comes out, does connect. Takes Whimsicott to Sash.
Swims down to Sash, but does not very much to the Arcanine. Although, burn is possible for the Whimsicott. Would have burned up its Sash, but nope, doesn't happen either. None of the secondary effects are proccing right now, which is probably sweat off the brow of both of these players.
Just a little over a quarter done to the Arcanine thanks to it being helping hand boosted with that Heat Wave as well, but also a lot of potential damage coming out from Sooner this time if they make a call right here. Whimsicott will be swapping out. Basculegion coming in.
Taking defensive maneuvers against all the intense fire-type pressure coming at him. Completely switches it up by swapping Zard out and setting a completely different weather up.
Will it be a Flare Blitz? It is Flare Blitz going into the Farigiraf, but thanks to the Sand coming instead of the Sun, it will live on 13% HP.
Arcanine also shrugs off the Sand. No problem there. It benefits with a special defense boost.
Yeah, so but this Trick
Room, a very good bring into this particular dual weather team.
Yeah, but now Sooner is pretty out of position. Not going for the double up into the Farigiraf. I don't think it would have gotten it anyways. Yeah, very good call from Memer, swapping out, getting rid of that Sun so that Farigiraf can live the Flare Blitz. Otherwise, it would have gone down there.
Sooner talking about how much they hate that Giraffe as it lives and gets Trick Room up against them.
The Twitter memes are correct. Giraffe will always get up Trick Room.
You could throw a continent at this Giraffe and it would eat a berry and get back up.
Thunderbolt taking that Basculegion down to 19%. with a critical hit. If they ate a giraffe before, they're definitely going to hit it now. Oh, but a rock slide miss into the Arcanine. That could be pretty big. Will connect to the Basculegion, unfortunately.
But what is the Arcanine going to do with the turn that has been granted? I'm not sure there's too much it can do.
Head smash.
Resisted hit.
Resisted my ass.
Resist rock. I'm stupid.
Doing 75% just about. Now both of these opposing Pokemon at a quarter of their HP. As Floette enters the battle once more. In a prime position, too.
Floette is absolutely the linchpin now to victory, and it is unfortunately trapped with 3 turns of Trick Room right now. The Whimsicott can come in as a swap, but it's going to die to sand immediately if it does, only granting you 1 turn of Trick Room. But that could be all you need. You could, between protect turns and swapping Whims in, it is not impossible to stall this out.
Arcanine just going for protect. It's going to start the stall off as no Twin Beam coming out into Floette. No protect.
Wow, awfully bold choice.
Twin Beam taking a quarter of the HP away as Rock Slide comes out. Does the Rock Slide connect, and will it do enough?
Do a lot of damage if it does.
It does connect, but it only takes it down to 37. This will be a double KO coming out here with this Dazzling Gleam, and if it's Excadrill Zard in the back, we could be looking at a good game.
It won't be boosted by Sandrush because of Zard coming in, so it actually will underspeed Floette, I believe.
True. Very true.
And Excadrill clicking one
It's Sylveon!
Is going to be really bad, but there is no Excadrill. It is Zard Sylveon. Sylveon still being able to take advantage of this Trick Room pretty comfortably right now.
2 more turns of Trick Room. Sylveon, yeah, looking in a great position here.
Whimsicott no longer in a confirmed death sentence if it comes in because the sand isn't there anymore. However, with such aggressive spread damage on the field, it's still probably not going to live through the turn.
Speaking of, there is the Whimsicott, as Floette most likely just going to be protecting this turn. Yep. Trying to stall out this Trick Room. Hyper Beam once more coming out. But this means
into the 1 HP Whimsicott.
Wait, but this means that Sylveon has to recharge next turn, so it will be Arcanine in the last turn of Trick Room, able to potentially go for some damage here.
How much
Wait
HP
a second.
Does that Arcanine have remaining?
It has a quarter, or I believe. No, yeah, it has about half, like 46%, I believe. What was that Hyper Beam?
All of a sudden, Sooner is in a very decent position to take this back. However, that
even without the double, right? Yeah, last turn of Trick Room, even without a double, they are looking good here. Depending on how this Floette is trained too, it could be that Charizard is faster in outside of Trick Room, so Floette might move first here.
That is an insanely good switch.
Protect from the Arcanine.
Damage from the Hyper Beam and a whole turn of Sylveon's time.
Solar Beam calling out the Solar Beam. Will be going into the Protect. Moonblast coming out. Taking it down to about a quarter. As the Twisted Dimensions return to normal. 3 turns of sunlight remaining, but now it's a completely different game.
Yeah, wow, this game just completely went on its head right there.
Let's see what they choose to do here. Quick attack. Not going to be doing enough. Oh, almost, though.
Life Orb taking Sylveon down a little bit as well, but that's not enough to pick up.
Head Smash connects into the Charizard. It'll be a big one-hit KO coming out there.
Destroys that Charizard. I guarantee that calc was in the 400%.
Life Orb chip as well. Yeah, Life Orb boosted Head Smash. Not going to be living that as Dazzling Gleam finishes off the Sylveon.
Jeez.
Going to game 3, everybody. I don't think I've ever been compared to Man JTV.
Why does the other guy sound like Man? Wow. Damn. Hey, that's not a bad thing.
If it was for right then, it's because I was doing the announcer voice from Battle Stadium.
Yeah, I was about to say, because Man JTV very much has like a streamer voice. Or like a video voice. Like he really puts it on thick with the video voice.
I do try to do more of a caster, what I believe is a caster voice when I'm paying attention to the matches.
Isn't it M and J?
Not
Is it M and
anymore.
J?
Not today, it's not.
I've never seen it that way. I've never noticed that. I've said Man JTV as well my whole life.
Not today, it's Manjay today. All right, here we go for game 3 of the finals. Let's see what they choose to do. Any differences? It will be Arcanine and King Gambit, actually.
Yes, King Gambit not being here from the other 2 games, but deciding to show up for this one.
King Gambit gonna be in a great position here against the Charizard and the Farigiraf, thanks to Arcanine standing beside it.
Arcanine's in a great position. I would argue King Gambit is actually in a very dangerous position, not being able to click Sucker Punch and being very much threatened by this Charizard. However, rock, paper, scissors, Arcanine beats Charizard.
Based on speed orders, Head Smash, Kowtow Cleave is looking good, or Rock Slide, Kowtow Cleave, depending on how you want this to go. Charizard also seeing that it's going to go like that, wants to get out of here. But if it is Head Smash, we saw this do 75% to the Tyranitar before.
I saw the T-Tar coming and didn't say anything. It is entirely possible that Sooner saw... Wow. That does so much damage.
3/4 of its HP is gone immediately.
That Sooner attacked that slot. No, he doesn't. But
it's a big one-hit KO into the Farigiraf instead!
Just absolutely remove it. Oh my god, what an aggressive turn 1.
Not calcs to live that, were ya? But not needing it not needing it as the Excadrill hits the field instead. But now Sucker Punch is online.
Sucker Punch is online, however, that Focus Sash still is too.
As another Sooner fan
could ruin this.
As another Sooner fan enters the chat.
Oh, Lion, welcome in. Where are all these Sooner fans coming from? Well, welcome in, everybody. 4
turns of sand remaining here. It's going to be a bit of a positioning game, but I believe Sooner is in a good position.
Is there an extreme speed on this Arcanine? There is. I see a play that could happen here.
Arcanine just going for the protects, wanting to keep itself preserved for the Zard.
Sucker would really be...
Sucker Punch doing 70%.
Would not have picked that up.
Rock Slide coming out into...
Where's your Rock Slide?
Only chipping the King Gambit. Is it a low kick and from the T-Tar potentially? It is a low kick going into the King Gambit. Will be picking it up.
Just completely destroys that King Gambit.
But now there's a free swap for the Whimsicott could be coming out here. Never mind, Basculegion. Yeah, Basculegion coming out with that Aqua Jet, threatening down the Excadrill, as we've already seen a Head Smash do amazing damage into the Tyranitar.
At this point, Flare Blitz could easily kill that T-Tar. Well, not easily, but it probably would kill it. Dang, yeah. All right, this is really a rock, paper, scissors match where every Pokemon seems to be staring down.
Swapping out, but now it's just going to be a Charizard taking the damage instead. There's no Sun Up yet as it didn't Mega Evolve. Taking it down to under half. Excadrill.
Oof, that is big damage.
Flare Blitz coming out. Will it be enough? It is enough to pick up.
Is down.
Meaning that most likely Sooner will be winning this.
This forces a Weather War thing against himself at the moment. There's no more potential for... Or he has to either accept that Charizard is going to be fighting with no Mega Evolution online, or...
It will just be a forfeit from Memer. No 3-time victory for him, as Sooner becomes our next champion.
Congratulations, Sooner, on your super deep run into this tournament. So deep, in fact, that you went...
all the way.
8-1 to get finals and win the entire tournament. And congratulations. We'll make sure to get you shouted out in the Discord server the way that we are doing here.
And that is the power of friendship, everybody.
Power of friendship, yeah. Wow, dude, look at how many of...
Hey everybody, if you liked that video, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so you can get updated when there's new footage out. If you would also like to catch these videos live, feel free to follow me on Twitch using the link below, as well as Twitter, where you can get in updates and other wacky nonsense. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.